It's your man JayGravesReport, and welcome to the College Football Weekly Preview, Week 9, presented by your good neighbor State Farm agent Ravi R. Murray, located 3955 Eagle Creek Parkway, Indianapolis, or hit your boy up at 297-3804. Y'all know how we get it in, so let's get it in. Previewing the top 5 ball games of the weekend, so let's get right to it. Now, this is when college football gets interesting. Week 9 is when all the false flaggers and pretenders start to fall apart. You know, you got like 8 undefeated teams in college football right now. And about this time, all the dumb fake media types always say, hey, we got too many teams undefeated. What's going to happen? It's going to be Armageddon. No, it's not, because everybody's not going to stay undefeated. And this weekend, boys start falling apart. We got 2 on the schedule right now. So let's get right to it. Now, first ball game, we're going up to the Big Ten. We got Northwestern coming in to play number 6, Ohio State. Now, the reason I have this game in the top 5 is because this is a tricky one right now. You got Ohio State coming off a dumb loss last week. They went up to Penn State, to Happy Valley, and got beat. These boys, dumb fake field goal. Dumb block field goal. These boys let a boy run it all the way back on them. No, they shot. Hey, they in trouble. Here's the deal. That loss snapped a 10-game road Big Ten winning streak. And then it snapped a 20-game road winning streak for Ohio State altogether. They already was done the week before. They was pushed to the limit with Wisconsin and went into overtime. Then you lose this ball game, so you just hope that they can come back this weekend and not fall apart, because next week they got number 7 Nebraska coming in. So you hope that a boy not looking past Northwestern and get a dumb field goal blocked again this week. Say loud. They still got a chance. They're not completely out of getting in to play for a Big Ten title and a national championship. They're not completely out, because here's the deal. All they have to do is keep winning. Remember, they got Michigan on the schedule at the end of the year. So if they beat Michigan, win out, beat Michigan, and then win the Big Ten championship, they got a chance to still be in the hunt. But you can't fall apart this week against Northwestern. Or fall apart next week against Nebraska. Then you done. Then you out. You got 2 losses. You gone. I don't care what Herb Street and all these other cats try to say. Well, who they lose to? No. You lose 2 ball games, you out. Let's move on to the next ball game. I got Ohio State winning this game. I don't see them falling apart this weekend. They gonna get back on the horse, do what they need to do. Let's move on to the next ball game. Now, this is the game that everybody's been waiting on. We got number 2, the Michigan Wolverines, going out to East Lansing to play the dumb Michigan State Spartans. This is the game that we've been waiting on. I know there's a certain ESPN his and hers commentator don't want to be at this game this weekend. All the trash that she was talking all last year or the last 7 or 8 years. Let me explain something to you, bro. I've been trying to tell boys this for years. College football is cyclical. In certain places, 2 powerhouse programs can't occupy the same place. Matter of fact, in no state can 2 powerhouse programs occupy the same state, with the exception of Florida. You can't. They got 3 powerhouse programs, but there's only 2 gonna be good at a time. When Florida and Miami's good, Florida State is done. When Florida State and Florida's good, Miami's done. It's just how it goes. But in the state of Michigan, the only reason that Michigan State was on the map for the last 7 or 8, almost 9 years, is because when they ran Lloyd Carr out of town and hired old Doug Rich Rodriguez, that Dunn came in and didn't understand the significance of Michigan football. He even, before a ball game, before the Michigan-Ohio State game one year, this Dunn said that the fans need to get a life, and that he didn't realize it was as big as it is. That shot the program to pieces for years. Now, you got Jim Harbaugh, old booger-eating Jim Harbaugh is back in town. Got these boys rolling. They 7-0, averaging 48 points a game, putting up 483 yards a game. Last year, they lost on the dub bobble punt. The name Blake O'Neal. I'll never forget him. That Dunn went out there and tried to Australian punt that joint and lost the ball game. That was it. That's the last time we're going to hear about Michigan State. Michigan State right now is 2-5 right now, bruh. They falling apart. The wheels falling off. They dragging into the stadium. So by the time this ball game is over, listen to what I'm saying, Michigan State Spartans. By the time this ball game is over, the Spartan will be butt naked on the sideline with a butterfly on his chest. You know, they going to beat him down so bad, all the muscles, everything going to be off of him. He going to have that dull head on, skinny, with a butterfly on his chest, saying uncle. It's just what it is. Now, and the booger-eating Jim Harbaugh, we got to talk about that Dunn. He going to be so fired up for this ball game. He going to have a backpack full of boogers and some extra long cleats. He going to be running all over the field ready for a boy. Michigan's going to put about 70 points on these boys. Probably not 70. Maybe 68.5 points on these boys. They're going to give out half points. It's going to be so bad in this game. Michigan State goes down in flames. Let's go to the next ball game. Now, we're going out to the Pac-12. We got number 4, Washington. Goes out to play number 17, Utah. Now, this is a huge ball game because Utah has only lost one ball game. Washington, for the first time, this is the best start for Washington in a long time. These boys are 7-0. Chris Peterson. If y'all don't remember that name, Chris Peterson is the cat that was at Boise State, was upsetting the world, shocking the world for years. Now he's at a legitimate program where he has an opportunity to play for a national championship. See, when he was at Boise State, he wasn't playing nobody, bro. He was in the Mountain West and the WAC and all that old foolishness, and they play one game a year, and then they start hollering and screaming they should be playing for a national championship. But now that he's playing in the Pac-12 and putting in work, they ready to roll. They on a 10-game winning streak, dating back from last year. They've won every ball game they played this year by at least 24 points, with the exception of the ball game they played at Arizona where they went into overtime. They putting in work on these boys. They got the top-rated defense in the conference, only giving up 14.6 points a game. They got the number 1 turnover margin defense in America. They got the number 2 passer in the conference in Jake Browning, and they got the number 1 rusher in the conference. So I know that Utah's having a good year. They putting in work right now, but I got to go with Washington to win this ball game because they got a legitimate coach. He's resurrected the program, and these boys are rolling. Look for Washington to mess around and win the Pac-12, be in the college football playoff. Now, let's move on to the next ball game. Now, we're going back to the Big Ten. We got number 7, Nebraska. Goes out to play number 11, Wisconsin. Now, this may be the most competitive ball game of the weekend, simply because Nebraska's 7-0. They averaging 34 points a game, putting up 447 yards a game. Wisconsin's averaging only 24 points a game, but putting up 382 per game. Here's the deal. This is the best start in 15 seasons for Nebraska. They got a hell of a fan base. Boys travel like crazy, so they won't be alone up in Camp Randall because they spend a whole lot of money. So boys up at Camp Randall going to be giving up seats. I've seen it where Nebraska show up with 25,000, 30,000 fans on the road. And Tommy Armstrong Jr. is getting his roommate back. Jordan Westerkamp, been out for 3 weeks with a back injury. Now he's ready to throw to his number 1 target. So Mike Riley's done a hell of a job at Nebraska after old Bo Pelini got fired a few years ago and had a fit when he got fired, having doggone conferences at high schools and foolishness all over town. Nuts. Now, the last time they went up to Wisconsin in 2014, they got the brakes beat off of them, 59-24. There's 19 guys on this team from Nebraska that was on that field that day. So they remember getting blasted. Here's the problem. Even though they the 7th ranked team, they undefeated, Wisconsin comes into this ball game 5-2. They got 2 losses. They lost to Michigan and Ohio State. Lost to Michigan on the road in overtime, and they lost to Ohio State. They played 5 ranked opponents in 8 weeks. Let's break this down. They played, at the time, number 5 LSU, beat them Duns. At the time, number 8 Michigan State, till everybody figured out they was dumb. then they played Michigan and Ohio State. Now they're coming in playing Nebraska. These boys have been battle tested. So I'm going with Wisconsin to win this ball game at the crib, Camp Randall, because they've been battle tested. Even though they got 2 losses, they should win this ball game at the crib. Now, let's move on to the last ball game. We got number 3, Clemson, goes out to play number 12, Florida State at Doak Campbell Stadium. Now, here's the deal. Clemson comes to this ball game, averaging 36 points a game, putting up 474 behind Deshaun Watson. The last time he went to Tallahassee, went to Tallahassee, they got beat. But this was the first game that he ever had significant playing time. He put up 266 yards and a touchdown, but they lost in overtime up there. Florida State has already lost 2 ball games in the ACC, but they 5-2. They turning it around. The only way they can get back in the ACC hunt to win the ACC, they need to beat these boys this weekend, to beat Clemson. Then they need Louisville to lose again so they can have a 3-way tie. Well, that ain't going to happen, bro. Not going to happen. But I do see Florida State winning this ball game this weekend at the crib. Why? Because Chief Osceola been out of jail for about 3 weeks, been pumping a little iron, talking trash. Now he ready to go. So I'm going with Chief Osceola to win this ball game. They going to work. That's what it is. It's your man Jay Graves Report from the JayGravesReport.com. Or you can hit me up on Twitter at JayGravesReport so you can holler at your boy. And always remember that this segment is brought to you by your good neighbor State Farm agent Ravi R. Murray, located 3955 Eagle Creek Parkway, Indianapolis, or hit your boy up at 317-297-3804 so you can holler at your boy.